Hi there, it's Melissa and welcome back. So today I have another layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files design team, and I'm using the Home is where the heart is cut file. This is an older one. It would have been released last year, but I thought it was perfect to document this interesting and crazy, weird kind of time we're in with COVID-19, and I thought it was perfect because I've seen a lot of other layouts and things being made about staying at home, and I thought that this cut file was perfect to document our lockdown here in New Zealand. So I have done all the backing of the cut file off camera in the evening, and I used my January hip kit and I'm down to the scraps of it now, and so when I backed the word where and is, I used one paper that has sort of a rainbow of stripes on it, and then I used two other papers to back the is and the. I've used vellum for the heart, and the house I did with black and white stripe, and I made sure that I put a heart paper on the door. I thought it was quite cute, and then I've just used other papers. I've used some Powell glitter paper in gold to back parts of the house as well. And yeah, so this pattern paper background, believe it or not, is from Dear Lizzie Polka Dot Party, which would be, I think, a 2013 collection and is one of my all-time favourite collections. I was just building my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and I discovered that I had this pad of paper. I knew I had it, but I thought I'd go through it and see, because in my hip kit I'm all out of full sheets of pattern paper, except for one, but it wasn't going to work with this layout. So as I was just backing that heart with vellum, then I realised I hadn't cut the inner parts of the S out, so I've just used my X-Acto knife to do that. And then I decided I didn't want to add any more pattern paper because there's enough going on, and so I needed something to soften my photo, so I'm just using some vellum. And that vellum is from Close to My Heart, and it comes in those A4 sized sheets. So here I am just backing the entire cut file in Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and also some craft foam. I've got two different sizes of dimensionals. I've got the bigger ones and the smaller ones, and I was a bit lazy. I could have used craft foam to back all of this, but in all honesty I couldn't be bothered cutting it small enough. So I've got a few packets of these. I'm not worried about running out, and if I do run out then I'll have to use my craft foam. So that's my reasoning behind using so many of those smaller ones. But on the house I definitely had to use some craft foam because I didn't want to waste unnecessarily, I guess, use those dimensionals. And that's the thing, like, I think we take it for granted, don't we, when we can go to the shops and get whatever we want or order what we want and have it delivered. In a situation like this, we've got to be mindful and resourceful of what we have, because a lot of places aren't shipping at the moment. So I've added some Heidi Swap Colour Shine in Gold. That was my new bottle. Also added some pink, and I think the other colour I added was blue, and I've just done that to match the colours in the papers that I've backed my cut file with. And then I also fussy cut some of these flowers from the kit. A lot of this paper is from Pink Fresh Studio, My Favourite Story, which is absolutely gorgeous. And so yeah, I'm just cutting some in half and tucking them in various places around my layout. I've concentrated most of them around my photo, but I've also put a couple of four other spots of flowers. And I love that it also cut the black and white ones as well. I think they look quite cute and just give a bit of difference to this layout. So just trimming them where I need to, and just using that fine liner red glue, which works really well. And then I can't remember if, I can't remember if I did it. I must have done it off camera, but I put some dimension behind those flowers to lift them up and sort of curl them up as well. So these are some of the circle sort of phrases and icons from My Favourite Story, and so I'm adding a couple of those. And then this is from, I think it's American Crafts Valentine's collection. I was really keen to use the X and the O and some of the hearts, but I couldn't make them work. But I was really happy to use up this pink paisley Lucky Us enamel dots. I've used all of them, so that's good. And these ones are really pretty. They're sort of a reddy pinky colour with some glitter in them. So I do like it when enamel dots have a bit of an extra feature to them like glitter. So there you would have seen me just put those dimensionals behind my florals, and then I've just cut a chunk out of the side of my paper, and here I'm searching for my distress tool. This is from Close to My Heart, and it's one of the best tools that I've ever bought, and it was reasonable too, so if you're looking for one of them, I definitely recommend Close to My Heart. And here I'm just putting a piece of the stripy paper. I haven't used much of that paper in my layout. I've mostly used that other side, which you can see with the hearts, and I just like that little peak of pink on the side because I feel like this layout is heading to be very right dominant with my photo and clustering on that side. So I'm down to limited embellishments in this kit now, but I thought the group photo was perfect because that's our kids. This was on Sam's birthday, which was the 29th of March, and Sean, my husband, did a scavenger hunt for them, and I just made them have a photo. One of the clues was to go where the washing is hung out, so they went out to the washing line, and I said, quick, stop, we've got to take a photo, and so they were into it. And here, just adding my journaling, quite a lot to say about COVID-19 and how we have to stay at home in this lockdown and how it's challenging, but that it's also good to be hanging out and making the most of the time as a family. And so that is my layout. Off camera, I added some Nuvo drops onto one of the flowers, or two of the flowers. I added a centre onto the flower and the heart, and then I used Nuvo drops to make the petals and the centre of the other flower that goes onto my photo. And I forgot to say I just added some white, I think it's Delusions ink or mist on the back, just in 3 places. So yeah, that's my layout. I hope you enjoy this, and definitely go check out Virginia's Etsy store. That's the link there, and I'll be back with something more for you later in the month. Take care.